Good morning and welcome to Insightful Morning Show. I am Mr. Arthur Christian Lecture, but I was known as Due Process. I'm happy to have you being part of this program this morning. If you're listening to us via YouTube, we thank you for staying true to the channel. And we encourage that you subscribe to our COPDEM Media TV YouTube platform so that you get first-hand information as it regards happiness across Nigeria and beyond. This morning, we are going to be taking a look at a number of items for deliberation this morning. First on the item is ADC only has state leadership. ADC has state leadership pending Congress. This statement is credited to ADC Organizing Secretary, Barrister Indigo, who attended the ADC Directorate of Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagements. This was a body that was initially set up by the former national chairman and person of Chief Okenwosu, who inaugurated a team of the National Directorate of Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagements, whose DG remains Prince Wanpan Jr. and deputized by Ambassador Lillian. Ever since then, they've been able to advance the cause of mobilization across the Federation, which the 36 state structures already put in place. And they've galvanized members into LGA cells as well as wards. These are some of the advancements that they have made, and they've succeeded in bringing in thousands of ADC members and loyalists into the ADC fold as at today. And they have also advanced the diaspora platform where they have encouraged well-meaning Nigerians who are living in the diaspora never to give up on their fatherland and be part of the discourse towards the Rescue Nigeria mantra. And of course, we are going to also take a look at the second item, which is very critical, going into 2027. COPDEM, Coalition for the Protection of Democracy, has launched an app, otherwise known as Cubechat. Cubechat app, you can see it. If you want to download it, you just visit Play Store on your phone and type Cubechat. When you type Cubechat, that's C-U-B-E, then chat, C-H-A-T, Cubechat. When you type it on your Play Store, you are going to be seeing the app here, and you download it, then register if you want to report and be part of the project by uploading results in real time right from your fully unit. These are some of the underground works that COPDEM has undertaken in an attempt to safeguard democracy in Nigeria and to stop all forms of electoral manipulation and rigging, in the sense that the Cubechat aims to spotlight, upload promiscuous results right from the polling units, especially when Nigeria have to wait for days, 4 days, 3 days, 5 days, waiting for collation, where manipulation are taking place in the collation center. That will never be the case again in Nigeria. As far as COPDEM is concerned, this Cubechat app is capable of hosting over 400,000 participants at the same time who will be involved in uploading electoral results in real time. We're also looking at Abure, and of course, the COPDEM Cubechat will commence upload of real-time of initiative in real time, starting with the FCT area council elections. You understand the area council election is coming up on 26th of February, 2026, and COPDEM will be spearheading this test using the upload of results sheets during the FCT area council elections. You understand, COPDEM was also involved in the upload of election results in real time with the Anambra off-cycle elections. But the perfections of all that transpired during that process has been affected, and the Cubechat app is now available on Play Store, which was the major challenges that we encountered at the Anambra off-cycle election polls. Now users can now download it via Play Store, and very easy, user-friendly experience, very easy to use. If you have any challenge, the admins will be there to attend to you. A new Nigeria is possible, and we must be seen to be engaged in carrying out a deliberate attempt to ensure that Nigerian votes are not stolen by criminals. Nigerian votes are not stolen by non-entities. Nigerian votes are not stolen by these buccaneers, political buccaneers, who have repeatedly sunk Nigeria in the dustbin. It is high time for the giant of Africa to assume a pride of place among the international community. And of course, COPDEM is leading this pathway towards ensuring that elections are not manipulated and votes of the people are meant to count. That's the essence of protection of democracy. We are not just answering the name protection of democracy. We are a coalition of different bodies that have come together to ensure that votes in Nigeria going forward count. And of course, we'll be starting with the area, we will continue rather with the area council elections that's coming up on the 26th of February. Here we'll ensure that votes count directly from the polling units, and no Jupiter can stop it. Abure team has expired. That's another item. Abure team has expired. His tenure has expired. He has outlived the tenure which elapsed according to INEC. INEC quoted the Supreme Court judgment, which they initially failed to acknowledge while His Excellency Mr. Peter Abure was still in the party. Just less than a week that Peter Abure left Labour Party, INEC has now come out to say Abure tenure has expired. What stopped them from doing this while Mr. Peter Abure was still in the party? All this go a long way to tell how INEC has become a major player in the ruling party, in helping them to shape the narrative and prevent key opposition figure like His Excellency Mr. Peter Abure from having a political platform. And Nigeria as a country cannot be coerced and be boxed into a one-party system. It is an aberration that in a democratic setting, opposition are not allowed to have even a platform without hindrance from the ruling party. Tinubu is trying all means to ensure that Nigeria is cowed under a one-party state. And of course, as far as COPDEM is here and other sister partners in the struggle, we will ensure that such attempts do not stand. Nigerians masses must have other alternative of leadership platform that they can vote for. APC cannot be the only party in Nigeria. There must be opposition going into 2027. And of course, PVC registration enters day 3. Go get your PVC. It's as simple as that. You cannot sit on the fence and pretend or assume that votes do not count. If votes don't count, Tinubu will not be struggling to stop other parties from fielding in candidates. If votes don't count, Tinubu will not be busy trying to stop the Labour Party, trying to stop the PDP and other platforms from enjoying stability. That shows to you that votes actually count and that Tinubu did not win the 2023 elections. He's just pressing a panic button here and there, ensuring that opposition will not stand. And the last on the item is the era of financial recklessness by PO. So I'll be taking that as a commentary for this morning. After the commentary, we can now proceed with our parliamentary discussion on the subject matters that have so far been raised. Financial recklessness is increasingly becoming normalized in a country. Just last week, it was alarmingly reported that the president approved the write-off of 5.57 and $1.42 billion. You heard that? Approximately 8 trillion in debts owned by NNPC. How should NNPC be owing debts? I don't understand. A company that recently announced profits and claimed it had turned a new leaf. This is the same agency currently facing serious audit inquiries for failing to account for 210 trillion naira, an amount that far exceeds the combined federal budgets of Nigeria from 2023 to 2026. For context, the federal government's budgets for these years were approximately 21.83 trillion naira for 2023, 43.56 trillion for 2024, and 54.99 trillion for 2025. These are trillions and trillions and trillions of naira that have been budgeted since 2023 till date. And an estimate of 58.18 trillion naira for 2026 budgets. The total budget for these years amounts to roughly 178.56 trillion naira. Nigerians are still waiting for the outcome of the National Assembly investigation into the missing trillions. This company is also under scrutiny for trillions spent on non-financial refineries. Yet, the president, who also serves as the minister in charge, has approved the write-off of about 8 trillion naira in NNPC debt. Nigerians already enduring severe hardship due to the removal of petroleum and electricity subsidies with no tangible improvement in their lives are now confronted with this unexplained debt forgiveness. The nearly 8 trillion naira write-off will effectively replace revenue that the government is currently seeking through unfair taxation. That is to say, instead of ensuring that there is proper accountability amounting to due recovery of this 8 trillion, the government under Tinubu said they have forgiven the debt, whereas they are not taxing Nigerians to balance up whatever deficit that may have caused. It is imperative that the government provides a clear and transparent justification for the write-off given the immense impact such a large amount of resources could have on national development. The almost 8 trillion write-off would have generated the revenue the government now seeks through these unfair taxes. The amount exceeds the 2025 combined federal budget allocations for education, health, and agriculture, which total 7.1 trillion naira. In practical terms, this money alone, that is the 8 trillion naira that the federal government under Tinubu say has forgiven, the amount exceeds the combined federal government budget allocation for education, health, and agriculture. These are key aspects that Nigeria will have benefited from, which total 7.1 trillion. In particular terms, the money alone would fully fund critical areas of development, lifting millions of Nigerians out of poverty and significantly reducing the over 130 million people currently living in poverty line in the country. The write-off sum of 8 trillion naira is nearly twice the 2025 federal government budget of 4.9 trillion, even as security continues to devastate communities across the nation. Such resources could empower 8 trillion youths, 10% of the 80 trillion unemployed, creating approximately 1,000 jobs for each of the 8,809 wards, thus substantially reducing the 130 million impoverished individuals in the country. The president, who is also Minister of Petroleum, owes the Nigerian people clear answers. The citizens deserve honesty, fiscal discipline, and governance that projects their interests, not the interests of the mismanaged corporations or political elites. This betrayal of the people must be stopped by all means. A new Nigeria is indeed possible. Period. So that's the commentary this morning on era of financial recklessness. The commentary was read by Mr. Akko Christian Oche, and the comments are credited to His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. On these notes, I welcome my guests, and I thank you all for joining. I have Mr. Henry Osagu from Enugu State. I also have in the studio, via Zoom, of course, Mr. Oyeni Adeni Oluwaseun from Kwara State. You are all welcome to the show. Welcome to the Insightful Morning Show. You are at liberty to place on mute and have a contribution on the subject matter. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the Insightful Morning Show.
All this money they are borrowing, because recently now, when we look at their eras and all these their propagandists on social media now, what they are trying to project about the good works of Mr. President, that is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is that he gave students loan. And when we look at students loan compared to how much they've borrowed, how much they've looted and everything, it's not as if they help them. Okay, take for instance now, you are giving students loan now. You are borrowing how much? Now, okay, that money now, can't they use it to fund education and make sure that they reduce school fees for students? Now, these students that you are giving loan now, what's the assurance that once they are through with their education now, they will be able to get a very good and befitting job that will help them to pay all those loans? FET Mina, for instance, now increased undergraduate school fees from 60,000 naira to 130 something thousand. Now, many people have to go and take that NEL fund now. And that NEL fund is what they are now using to praise him that, okay, he brought up students' loan, people that cannot go to school, now they can go to school. Why can't they subsidize education? Because see, election is coming, and these are the angles where all these people will start coming, and we now start choosing to project. We start choosing to project the APC candidates, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So me, I think we should have gone past all this caricature politics of them trying to use our head and all those things, because honestly, it's kind of absurd. Okay, look at Nigeria now. A lot of people are leaving Nigeria. There are people who come to Nigeria to come and work. Once they are leaving Nigeria, the money they get from this country is big when they get to their country. But all these people now, they are now leaving Nigeria. Okay, now as it stands now, many African countries to even live in a lot of African country now is much more better compared to you being in Nigeria. Honestly, these are one of the reasons why we cannot just sit at the fence anymore. We have to all come together and contribute to this rescue Nigeria project, because me, I believe that supporting Mr. Peter Obi is not just about political interest now. It's all about the rescue Nigeria project. It's a project that we just have to be involved in so as to just rescue our country. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Adeni, for that very brief and straight to the point contribution. You understand that, okay, Mr. Struggle, you want to have a contribution on the subject matter?
Yeah, good morning, the chairman and the guests in the studio.
Thank you.
I've listened to all the things you have said, and one thing I have to put on here is that I think Nigeria has grown past that era of where people use propaganda to, buy their conscience. We all know the truth, and whatever propaganda they are using is outdated already. There is an adage in Igbo language that you can lie to a blind man that there is oil in the food, but you cannot lie to him that there is salt, because definitely he will test it. So Nigeria has grown past that era, except where we need to be fighting now is where the issue of electoral reform, where the INEC empire needs to be as much as possible to be independent. That's the only place Nigeria should be fighting. In terms of voting strength, there is no way APC will win election on voting strength, no matter how they play the game. Except they are just going to use the INEC and the judiciary the same way they have been using before, and they tell you to go to court. But if Nigerians can even stand up to resist, there is a level of overwhelming voting that you have. It becomes difficult to read or to even pronounce the incumbents, because Nigerians are wiser now. So our concentration is on Obi even getting the ticket, and I believe by the grace of God he will get the ticket. Then the work should be, a voice should be echoing on that. Even the international communities will begin to know that yes, Nigerians are tired of this wickedness called government. Recently, I saw what the very dark man posted about Nigerians that were sent to, I think, Morocco or wherever for scholarship. And each time they send them there, they abandon them there. So all these things, the time has come when Nigeria really needs to be liberated. And I believe that now Nigerians are already awake. And no, come rain, come shine, Nigeria must be liberated. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Henry. Talking about INEC, the INEC independence, of course, we continue to advocate. But then, understanding the character of the charlatan that is occupying the Aso Rock, we cannot wholly rely on that advocacy. And COPDEM has gone ahead to invent an app that we do that will be the game changer from 2027. And we already started with Anambra, but the challenge we had with the Anambra election was that the app was not readily available on Play Store as at the time of the election. So it was difficult for people to be able to install it. But as I speak to you this morning, after the show, you can go ahead to download the app, install it on your phone. Through the app, you'll be able to upload results right from your polling units in real time. And Nigeria, the world globally will be aware of the status of who is winning and who is losing without necessarily having to wait on INEC for days where miracles are taking place at the collation center. Nigerians cannot afford to go to polls and be waiting for days, almost a week before we get the outcome of the election. No. As it is happening in real time, immediately the results are announced at the polling units, the result will be spotlighted globally via the situation room, and that is the way going into 2027. And of course, you will see the working right from the FCT area council election. So, for those who are listening via YouTube, please, you can download the Cubechat via Play Store. Just type Cubechat, Cubechat, Cubechat. When you type it, you download it, register, and get ready to upload results straight from the polling unit. A new Nigeria is indeed possible, but we must be seen to work deliberately towards achieving the new Nigeria. And that is what COPDEM is doing. And I will call on all well-meaning Nigerians and international community who want to see Nigeria succeed to please support COPDEM to ensure that we achieve this tremendous achievement that we are working towards. We cannot continue to fold our arms and expect a different result. APC has never shown any signal of changing their tactics of stealing it, grabbing it, snatching it, and running with it. So we must, on the other way around, be able to devise means to counter all this narrative that APC will be throwing forward on how to rig the election. We'll be there to stop them from rigging the election. Irrespective of whatever INEC does, our duty is to report the actual results on the polling unit through agents of political parties that will be involved. So that being said, what's your comment in respect to the ADC? The ADC organizing secretary was in attendance in yesterday's meeting with the ADC Directorate of Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagement. And he was so clear about it that everyone should go into the ADC and register, that there are no state organs, no LGA organs, no ward organs or executives of the ADC currently. That the only executives of the ADC that have been ratified as witnessed by INEC is the David Mark-led executive, David Mark and Aregbesola, who are the chairman and the secretary of the party, respectively. And they also went ahead to institute zonal leadership of the party. So aside from these two layers of ADC leadership level, there are no any sitting state chairman of ADC. Rather, there are leaders, team leaders of ADC. Team leaders are, for instance, the former chairman of PDP of the state, the former chairman of Labour Party of the state, the former chairman of any coalition partner of the state, and of course, all these key persons that are being nominated by the coalition partners are the ones that form leadership of the ADC structure in each state. So it became clear that it's needless for anybody to be fighting for any state leadership at this point. Rather, everyone is encouraged to go into ADC as a member meet with this leadership team, become a member. Of course, they are set up a committee that will handle membership registration. And this committee, we go and set up state committees of this membership registration so that we bring in new members into the party. Then they have 30 days to do this, then announce a date for Congress. It is this Congress that will now give birth to the new leadership of ADC in the states, in the local government, and of course in the world. So this is the message straight from the National Organizing Secretary, Barrister Ndigo. So let us stick to this as many as possible. Go and meet with the leadership team of your states to be part of this process, to register and be a bona fide member of ADC. In terms of the membership card, it was so clear that those who have existing ADC membership card should wait. There will be a new membership card with a chip that cannot be falsified, and those with existing membership card can now bring it to this committee, who will now swap it for them without paying a dime. So these are some of the clarifications that we got during yesterday's meeting with the National Organizing Secretary. And it is on this note that we encourage all working Nigerians to pick up a membership registration with the ADC, which is the option on the table at the moment. So I don't know if there is any contribution on this subject matter before we draw the meeting to a close for this morning deliberation. All right, in the absence of further ado, I want to thank you for joining this morning program. I will encourage you, please go get your PVC if you don't have. Go and register with the ADC. And also ensure that you download the Cubechat app on Play Store so that you'll be able to report the results from your polling units and encourage like minds to do same. Thank you for joining. I remain your host, Mr. Ako Christian Ochen, otherwise known as D Process. It's a pleasure having you on the Insightful Morning Show. Until we carry away tomorrow morning, do have a pleasant day ahead of you. And thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. Henry. Thank you. Bye-bye, Mr. Aduni.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Arigato.